Okay, so you guys remember we were discussing about some of the geological patterns that we can see in the map and what is actually in the block diagram. So we just went through some of these figures, and you guys remember we discussed about if the beds are horizontal, they will look like this, and then if there is some cutting that is parallel to the contours, and if the beds are horizontal, you will have this type of pattern. Contours and the geological contacts are parallel. The thick lines are the geological contacts, and the thin lines are the contour lines that shows the elevation. Okay, and then we have some of the flat lying beds along a valley. You can see that the beds are actually horizontal. However, the map view, it shows you that the uh, contours and the geological contacts are having a small curvy shape, and they represent that the beds were horizontal initially. Then we have a map pattern in which one corner you see the exposure of one of the dipping beds. So it actually shows you the bedding planes that are slightly or flat dipping. Then we have some of the planar dipping beds. You can see that these beds are dipping towards this direction. You can call it northwest or maybe west. And similarly, you can see the map pattern of it. You can see the strike and dip symbol there. Then we have some of the planar dips and stuff like that. Okay. Today we will study a very important rule, that is the rule of V. Actually, this rule is very simple. It just integrates two things. One is the contour line, and one is the lines representing the geological context. A dipping surface that intersects a valley produces a V-shaped trace on a map unless the dip is vertical. So, if a geological contact, is present in a valley, it will produce a V shape. Uh, if it has any dip or any angle, unless or until it is vertical, it will not produce any pattern. We will see it shortly in the coming slides. Similarly, a vertical dipping surface always have a straight map trace regardless of the topography. Example of a vertical straight trace is dike. A dike is a very good example to tell you about that there is a vertical. You guys know, all right, what is a dike? We discussed it already in the class. There is a dike and then there is a sill. Okay, then we have some map patterns. The geologists, the geomorphologists, and structure geologists, they developed a series of map patterns, and these map patterns are very useful to tell you and to mention you about the details about the steepness of the dip relative to the slope, and whether it is dipping upstream, whether the beds are dipping downstream. Upstream and downstream, we will see it shortly. What does it means? And then there is usually the V points towards the direction of the dip. The exception is when the dip is the same direction as the valley slope, but the dip is shallower than the valley. Also notice that the shape of the V changes depending on the dip angle. Let's go to the patterns. You can see that these arcs are actually the contour lines. The lighter color and the darker color is actually the geological contact. Okay, so remember, if the plane dips downstream at a steeper angle, then it will have a pattern. The arcs of both the contour and the geological contact will be reverse, and it will show that the beds are, or the contact is dipping towards the downstream. So you can see that the geological contact, this is geological contact, and this is the angle of the stream that is dipping towards uh, the angle of the stream downstream. This is the downstream, and then this is the upstream. So remember that it will be this angle of the geological contact will be towards the downstream. Similarly, if the plane, the geological contact and the contours are having a gentler contact, you can see the shape of the uh, geological contact, and here you can see that the V's of the contact, this is the V, remember this is the V, and this is the V of contour, and this is the V of geological contact. Now you can see that the geological contact V is sharper than the contour V. So again, in the next you can see that the geological contact V, the darker color, and the contour V are almost overlying each other. This will only happen when the beds are horizontal, as we have seen in the previous examples as well. Similarly, if the contours are sharper and the V's from the geological contact are gentler, then the chances are there that the beds are dipping towards the upstream. And you can see that it is also shown by the beds that are present. This is the direction of the contact, and this is the direction of the stream. So remember that some of these patterns, whenever you see on the map, can guide you and tell you about the patterns of the dip. Always remember to see the nalas, the streams that are cut by the uh, by water, and you can find some of these patterns, and these patterns are actually very helpful to identify the the direction of the dip, and how, if it is steeper or if it is shallower, if the beds are horizontal. Oh, here is another illustration. It will clarify any confusion that exists in your mind. So you can see that the first block diagram is actually, you can see that this is the 3D block, and this is the valley cut through it, and you can see that this was a vertical dike or vertical bed that was present in that area, and now you can see that the stream is cutting through this. Okay, when you will see the map will be having this type of pattern, a straight line that is cutting the contours, and it doesn't have any V shape, so it represents that the strata in that particular area is vertical. Then comes another example in which the beds are parallel to the overlying beds, and now you can see that, as we have also seen it here, that the contact, the geological contact and the contours will be parallel. Now here you can see that there is a contour lines, and then the geological contact is actually the darker color is having the same height and the same pattern as the contour line. So it represents that the strata in that particular area is horizontal. Similarly, in the next example, as you can see that this strata is dipping upstream. This is the upstream where the water is coming, and this is the downstream where the water is going. So you can see that the strata dips upstream and the V points upstream. So the strata and the you can see that it is quite sharper. The V is quite sharper than the V of the contours, and it represents that the strata is dipping upstream. Then there is another example when the strata is dipping downstream. So you can see that the strata is actually, this one is the strata, and it is dipping, this is the dip, you remember this is the strike. Okay, so it is dipping towards the downstream, and the map pattern you will see will be opposite V. This is the V of the contour, and then this is the V of the geological contact, so it will have a reverse pattern. Similarly, in the last example, you can see that the strata is dipping downstream. This is the same, the upper one is the same as the last one. So strata is dipping downstream, shallower than the slope of the valley floor. So V points upstream and it's very narrow. So you can see that the V of the strata is very narrow, and it actually represents that the strata is dipping downstream shallower than the slope of the valley, and you can see that the V of the strata represents upstream and is very narrow. So you can see that the strata that is darker color, whenever you change its angle, so here you can see that it has become more gentler, that this is more steeper. Okay, and as you change the angle of the dip will automatically be changed. So here you can see another example to just understand some of these patterns. So you can see that we have contour lines, 500 contour, we have 400 contour, we have 300 contour, 200 contour, and all these contour lines are actually the line of elevation. They don't show you anything about geology. Okay, remember. And this pattern that you see, the darker, the light gray pattern and the darker pattern is actually the geology of the area. So now you can see that the pattern of the V of the contours and the V of the strata, or the V of the geological contact, you can see that. And once you remember, you just have to see wherever the strata and the contour lines are cutting each other, you just need to draw the lines, and these are the strike lines. So they will represent, so this is the strike of the strata. Okay, so it will be like north south will be the strike of the strata. And then when you will draw it in the cross section, you can see that this is the block diagram, the one side of the block diagram. So you can see that the black color, and then this one the white, and then the lighter gray color, and then this. So you can just appreciate the understanding of the map patterns and the construction of a cross section. So this is actually a cross sectional view, this is the map view, and remember this is a block diagram. So some of these things are very useful. Okay, so here we have some of the patterns. So your just a small assignment is that you just need to understand these map patterns. I will also give you one link where you can just do a small quiz, and it will also let you understand few of the geological patterns. So just try to understand what these structures are, draw a lines, just go to paint or any other graphic software, just take this picture to paint, just try to draw the lines, just try to connect the points, and you will see a different world. So there are like 12 figures, so you just it's just an assignment until you can submit it until Thursday or Friday, like whenever you are done. You can also discuss it with your friends, and later on we will discuss it in the class. Okay, so I also share you the link of the other thing that I wanted to show you. Okay, let me see. You guys can see that these are series of block diagrams. Okay, here you can see that the following matching exercise is designed to test your knowledge of geological structures. So some of these structures are already in the PowerPoint that I am going to send you. So you can just take an idea from here, as well as later on what you can do, you just need to answer some of these questions. Like for example, structure A, what do you think structure A is? Okay, I think structure A is a reverse fault. Okay, let's see, a reverse fault. Do we have reverse fault in B? Okay, so maybe the answer number B is for A. Okay, so you just need to do it, and once you are done with all the 9 options, you just go to this button. It will automatically tell you how many questions you have done are right, and how many questions that you did are wrong. I will share you the link of this small exercise. You can also do it. And the other thing is related to the uh, PowerPoint exercise, that you can also do it in your paint or one. So the idea is that you get an appreciation of the structure, how they look like in 3D, and how they actually look like once you see it on the cross section. So this is some of these are folds. Like this is a fold. This is also a fold. This is also a fold, and then there is another fold. Then this is another fold. This is another fold. Most of them are fold. These are folds. One, two, three. This is also a fold. Again fold. Again this is a fold, and then this is another fold. So we just need to see different structure geology references.